All I want to do is have some fun. Trade a couple stocks, maybe make a dollar bill or two. April 24th, 4:47 p.m. This is a Thursday. It is indeed a Thursday. Wanted to check in with you and see what's going on. So technically, this is an adjusted all-time high. The reason that it is because I've siphoned out, I've vacuumed out, I've hoovered out $750,000 bills from this account over the last, 30, 45 days, which would put us at $3,056,000. So let's write that down as the new adjusted all-time high because that money is safe and sound. I hope it's safe and sound. Collecting some interest while not being used, sitting on the sidelines. So this is our new all-time high. Let's readjust to 306. Mark it down. Now, where do we stand? We have you've got options on the board. Well, that's different. I love options. Had a great time trading options, but I've moved away a little bit. I like to use them as a money-making scenario for my positions, and that's what we did today. So I haven't liked the action that has gone on in TMF, which is a cousin of who? That's TLT. Although today was a great day, up 2.74%. It's just we'll get to the charts to discuss the reason that I did sell 120 covered call contracts on the T, the M, and the F. But let's take a look. Let's take a look at the charts. Let's take a look at the charts because I want to share with you what went on today with regard to our options and futures trading, as well as so far so good this week. Today is Thursday. So I'm 4 days into my futures trading career. Here's what we got on the charts. This is spot silver. Tomorrow is Friday. And you know what goes on Fridays with the banking cartel? They like to try to beat down silver to protect their own positions. They go long, they go short, they go longer, they go shorter in order to try to keep silver in or within a trading range. Because it is an industrial metal. We do need it for solar panels. We do need it for electric vehicles. We do need it for missiles. You heard that right. And you see what's going on here. That's why I got this green line. But that's the range, that's the region that I'll be watching between the 50-day moving average and this green, let's break the cartel line. So tomorrow I would expect, doesn't mean it's going to happen, but I would expect for the cartel to beat this down at least to the 50-day moving average, if not under. If they are unable to do so, moonshot. So I'll be watching carefully. What is that? Don't know what that is, but I do know. Whoa. Silver futures. Here's our 50-day here. Hovered around overbought a couple of times, turned down each time. So we'll see what goes on tomorrow. I imagine I'm going to get this. So the reason I'm getting this session disconnected, I had to restart my computer because I was having technical difficulties. I'm either switching software on the screen recording or I'm retiring again. I may just go back to a baseball card channel. Don't do that part. Oh, look at this. Oversold currently. See this? Oversold on the gold futures. We got what we were looking for, which was finally let a little air out of the tires. Gold is not done, just F to the Y to the I, but it needed a little pullback, and a little healthy pullback, little reprieve. GDX right into the box. So now we will measure what it does from here to determine what are the high probabilities from this. This was textbook ABC. We got what I think is a blow off top on metals. Doesn't mean it's done. Just means we had a little action. Where are we at here on the bit? Oh, shoot. Give me a little reprieve here. So we're moving. There we go. I was moving the fibs. We talked about this yesterday. We got the 3. Had this last week. Take out for bullish. Oh, did it ever? Take it out. I'm looking for, are we done with the 3 or are we going down to the 4? Right now, it hasn't made up its mind. You see this. I think we're done with the 3. We're going to get, we technically have the 4 here at the 236. I mean, if you put a box around this whole deal, let's do it just for visual aid, because I like to see things visually. We would want a minimum min of the 236. In this regard, I'd go max 50%, which would be here. So min, did we hit it? Are we done? I don't know. We got to let it play out. But if we go to the futures, this is where I based the trade. And we talked about this yesterday. If you go back to the video, if you haven't watched it, we did it real time. We did it live. We put this target, that T is for target box, in play at like 2:36 in the morning. Yeah, look, 2:36 in the morning. See that down there? Thursday, 24 April 25, 2:36 in the morning. It was down here. Where are you at? Never mind. We hit it. We hit the target. Oh, there's the target. 2:36 a.m. I was sleeping. So I didn't catch the bottom, but I may have been close. We'll check the trades in just un momento. I've talked about this for a couple of weeks now. It will not only reach this bottom trend line, but it will go through it. But I decided it's not going to be anytime soon. And what I mean by that is at least not for the next couple of weeks. I think we have a 5,600 min 5,600. I know it doesn't look like much on this chart because it's a weekly chart going back all the way to 2020. See that? So those are weekly candles. We'll keep an eye on them. Here's what I'm going to see tomorrow. Remember, mark this down, timestamp it, whatever. It's going through our down trend line, breaking the down trend line. Very bullish for the moment. Just for the moment. Maybe the next 30 days. And just think, I was trading this right here. Traded that and then took a little profit here. That was my first day of trading futures. Could you imagine the money we would have made through this move? Don't have FOMO, so it really doesn't matter much, except for learn from your experiences, learn from your mistakes. Oh, shoot. Moving those fibs around again, but look at this. Oh my gosh. You couldn't. I started working on this Saturday. Saturday is when I'm like, does Robinhood have futures? This is how naive I am. Looked into it. Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, Robinhood now has futures you can trade. Do I have access to that? Oh, they automatically granted me access. Why? Because they think I'm a valuable trader. I don't know what that means, but I had automatic access, didn't have to apply. Like, all right, let me start researching this. I love new things to learn, love going down rabbit holes. So I've been doing exactly that. Worked on this exact chart, and you can see like all the fibs. And the reason there's so many fibs on here is because so you would do a fib from where you think the local low is to a top of the 1, What does that mean for the retrace? That'll tell you the retrace from the local 1 to where you think the bottom of 2 is. Then you can measure your extensions, which gives you the third box. And all of this is built in on all of your trading platforms. Fib retracement. That would mean, I think we're at the from the bottom local low to the top of 1. That is then going to measure your retracement. From there, when you have that, what you feel to be the 2 involved, then you can set up your trend-based fib extension, which should then tell you, it should tell you where the next box is. Look at that. Hello. Then from there, fib retracement to tell you where the 4 is. And then the extension has now told us that this should at least reach this box, this 5, this 5th, this beautiful box here. That's what we're looking for. Keep an eye out for that. TLT. It was setting up perfectly. We got our A, we got our B. I thought we were on our way to the C, and then it went, I'll do what I want from here, which is what I normally do and what they've done since I've been involved in this trade. And what gave me pause was this oversold look on the relative strength index, the RSI. So I'm like, I'm just going to, it's not even that big of a gamble, but I will roll the dice a bit and sell some covered calls in my position just to get some cash flow coming in on that stale position. And it, like, post market, I know it's only 6 cents, but that at least gives you a bit of validation. Here is we got this move, but it was at the wrong time. I was a little bit off. We got a gap up and then whoop, meander. So I was like, come on, bro. And then gap up, but we just couldn't hold it. Look at that move down. Come on. And again, TMF, the aggressive, sometimes drunken cousin of TLT. We need this line violated. We need it broken down south, and then we should take off. And this trade should work out amazingly. USO. We are measuring this up. If you've been watching the channel, you know that. Missed this trade. Missed this trade. But I wasn't watching it close enough just because it's been meandering for months. Put this on live. Caught it. Got it. Good. This one upsets me a bit, but not a lot. Natty. Natural gas. If you watched yesterday's video, and if you don't believe me, go back and rewatch it. We were in this region. No, it was over 3. It was over $3, and we put this target in. Wasn't paying attention. Caught the target. Has made a nice move since. What was the low? Wow, like 286. But it likes to revisit. It likes to revisit before it breaks out. So we'll look at it closely tomorrow. Hope so. Boyle, where you at? Yeah, this is ripe for a trade soon. And Boyle is the aggressive drunken cousin of Natty Gas. NG, UNG. UNG is the ETF. Now, back here, because I want to show you. Where are we? Where is that at? Oh boy, we're way down here. It's because I had to reboot this thing. Hold on. We'll get there. Don't be blinded by the light. All right, here's our first day of trading the futures. Yeah. Monday. First trade, big L. Lost $5,907. Still liked the idea, still liked the way the charts was looking. Got right back into the trade and made $65.43 for a net profit of $636. Okay. Got a little natty gas there, stopped out, $143 into the Holly Hobby Velcro wallet. $779 for the day. Tuesday. A little bit of trading. ES is futures on the S&P. Went short at 53.10, stopped out at 53.01, netted 450. Got into some NASDAQ short, stopped out, $96. That's like a meal at Burger King. Here's our Bitcoin. I didn't want to carry the Bitcoin through the night. I was on the right trade, just didn't have the timing right. So we did lose $236 there. Gave us a daily net of 310. I'll take it. And then at the end of the day, we went long on S&P at 53.85, 3 contracts, put our stop loss in overnight, and collected or stopped out at 54.38 for a total of $7,869 profit. Then what do we do here? Oh, wait. So then we shorted it. So we went long here, stopped out, shorted it, 2 contracts, stopped out, collected 1334. GLD, we got out of our short position on GLD, which was the purchase of some puts, 10 contracts, 1,050 in our pocketbook. Then we flipped again on the S&P, went long at 5407, stopped out at 5412, 5 contracts, 1350 in the pocket. Went long again at 5429. It wasn't looking right. Got stopped out at 5430, $144 again. Dinner at Long John Silver's. Went long again at 54. No, here we go. Went long at 53.96. Stopped out at 53.99. $471 into the skinny jeans for a daily profit of $12,218 bills. That was yesterday. What went on today? Well, let's start with Let's start with that Bitcoin chart. And this is what we did. Where is our Bitcoin futures? We got into here. I looked at that in the morning. I'm like, I like some action here. I think we got some action. So we did go long, 3 contracts at 92.76 while at the gym, leg day, and then we were walking around the track, moving up stops. Got stopped out at 93.272, $7,550 profit. Put that into our pocket. Went short S&P, 582, caught 10 points, 1,050 profit. Short again, 55.10. 4 contracts, 54.96, profit 14.92. Then we did sell those calls on the TMF, put $4,075 into our pocket. Now, that isn't entirely sealed into our pocket because we could close out those calls at any time once we begin printing, which will be as soon as tomorrow. Daily, $14,167. So we're off to a good start with regard to our options / swing trading / futures trading. Thanks for tuning in. I know you want to like, subscribe, comment, share with a lovable friend. Coco coming home. She has, what's today, Thursday? Tomorrow's her last day of student teaching down at Purdue. She's at one of the local high schools. And this is the sign of someone you want as a teacher. She's sad. She's sad because she's going to miss these students. That's my girl, Coco. My Coco. And then, so she'll come home Tuesday. Wednesday, they'll fly out to Boston, Mass, because much to my chagrin, much to my heartbreak, but also much to my joy, Coco is looking to live on the East Coast, fell in love with Boston a couple years ago on a vacation out there, has applied for teaching jobs and has a second interview, this one in person. So her and Lady will be flying out on Wednesday to Boston, Massachusetts. And I know they will offer her the job. Whether she takes it or not, I want her to live at home. I'd love her to live at home for 2 years, teach locally, bank all your dough. I'll pay all your bills. But I also am not ever going to try to impede her progress as a human being, because guess what? And I've told this to my real estate team for 25 years. You absolutely cannot soar with the eagles if you spend your time scratching with the turkeys. So You and I are Eagles. Let's keep that going. Like, subscribe, comment, share with a lovable friend, and I'll see you in the next video.